freedom equals happiness. And one of the biggest reasons why relationships and marriages fail is because as you get into a relationship with someone and you start dating, over time, slowly but surely, you start stripping away each other's freedoms. You start trying to control the other person and manipulate them to get them to be exactly the right type of person to fit, your mold of exactly what you want in a partner. You're stripping away the core of who they really are, and before you know it, you've taken so much away of your freedom that you'll either be hating each other, be fighting each other all the time, or you just kind of die inside, and you just basically live for your wine, or being able to watch some football on the weekend, and you get fat and overweight and miserable. And that's why one of the easiest ways to tell, I'll do this as an experiment, to tell who is married and who is not. When you go out, say your example, you're eating dinner or something like that, you just take a look around the restaurant. And when you see a man and a woman together, if you see a man and a woman together and they don't look happy, then they're married. If they look unhappy, then they're married. But if a man and woman are together and they're smiling, they're laughing, they look like they're having a good time together, then about 90% of the time, guarantee you that they're not married. They're probably just dating. But you'll notice that whenever you see a man and woman together and they're not happy, they look unhappy, they're married. And when you see a man and woman together and they're happy and they're smiling, laughing, look like they're having fun, you can pretty much about 90% of the time guess that they are not married. Do that in an experiment, observe and start to notice and see. And so being single is free. Yeah, it's freedom. That's why I love being single. I love women. I work with a lot of women, and I have a lot of best friends that are women. I love women, but I just prefer to stay single because I like my freedom. We live in a day and age. I don't know if it's always been like this throughout all of history, but we live in a day and age where we are conditioned from a young age to strip each other. As you get into a relationship, to strip each other of each other's freedom. You start to control each other, and instead of just appreciating someone for who they are, you want to make sure you can control them. And that's a lot of times what marriage is. It's not just like a sacred. Nowadays, it's not just like a sacred union of two people. You got to get the government involved. You got to get a contract involved, so that all this pressure on it, where it's not just two people expressing their love to each other, doing a little ceremony out in the woods. No, you got to get the government involved. You got to get contract involved, to make sure that this person doesn't cheat on you. If they cheat on you, they can get in a lot of trouble. You can literally destroy someone's life now through marriage. So that's not freedom. And and I know a lot of people might not like this message, but it is the truth. And that's why a great saying is that if you love a flower, don't pick it, because as soon as you pick it, you kill it. Just appreciate its beauty, instead of, oh, that's a beautiful flower, let me kill it. You picked it and kill it. Just appreciate its flower. And a lot of times that's what we do with relationships. We, instead of just appreciating the flower for what it is, not trying to control it. You know what? I like this girl, this guy, so I'm going to pick him and control him and bring him home, put him in a vase, but really you killed them. And that's what we do with relationships. And slowly but surely, almost inevitably, most relationships fail. They end up in divorce. Or a lot of times what happens is you give up, you surrender, a part of you dies inside, and you just go on with a meager existence till you're great. And it doesn't have to be like this.
You for the past 10 years.
So that's why being single is such a great form of freedom. You can it's the opportunity to be able to do every day as an adventure. Every day when I wake up, I never know who I'm gonna meet. Maybe I will meet the love of my life every day when I wake up. You know, every day I wake up, I've started business. I've woke up in the morning, and within the first hour of waking up, decided to, you know, start a new business totally off the cuff. Where if you were married in a relationship, you know, you can't really do those kinds of things. You know, you got to talk it over with your partner and everything. I can, you know, any weekend I want, I can go out on a date with whoever I want. I can hang out with whatever friends I want. I can travel. I can do whatever I want. If I want to stay in playing video games or binge watch Netflix or whatever I want to do, I can do it. I don't have to ask permission for anyone, and I don't have to worry about anybody judging me, trying to make me feel bad for the decisions that I choose to make. And this is, you know, and this can go both ways. You know, men try to control women, women try to control men. So just food for thought, you know, that if you are single, appreciate it, enjoy it. Don't be depressed because you're not into a relationship. You know, love the fact that you are single, and enjoy every moment of it. And yeah, so that's a quick message for today, guys, on achieving freedom. It's closer than you think. So till next time, guys, have a great day, great week, a great month, a great year. Let's make it a great life. See ya.